We will begin in just under 1 minute. I call to order and welcome you to the Middletown, Ohio City Council meeting for Tuesday, September 16th, 2025. Please join me for a moment of meditation followed by the Pledge of Allegiance to the American flag. You will hear 3 taps of the gavel when it is time to stand. Please join me in a moment of meditation now. Clerk of Council, Mrs. Amy Skank, please call the attendance roll.
Mrs. Carter. Present. Mr. West.
Here.
Mr. Horn.
Here.
Mayor Slamka.
Here.
Mr. Lawley.
Here.
Thank you, Mrs. Skank. First on the agenda this evening is executive session. Do I hear a motion to move to executive session under the authority of ORC 121.22G8 to consider confidential information related to the marketing plans, specific business strategy, production techniques, trade secrets, or personal financial statements of an applicant for economic development assistance, or to negotiations with other political subdivisions respecting requests for economic development assistance, provided that both of the following conditions apply. A, the information is directly related to a request for economic development assistance that is said to be provided or administered under any provision of Chapter 715, 725, 1724, or 1728, or Section 701.07, 3735.67 to 3735.70, 5709.40 to 5709.43, 5709.61 to 5709.69, 5709.73 to 5709.75, or 5709.77 to 5709.81 of the revised code, or that involves public infrastructure improvements or the extension of utility services that are directly related to an economic development project, and B, a unanimous quorum of the public body determines by a roll call vote that the executive session is necessary to protect the interests of the applicant or the possible investment or expenditure of public funds to be made in connection with the economic development project. Is there a motion?
Motion.
Thank you. Is there a second?
Second.
It has been properly moved and seconded. To move to executive session, we will proceed to vote. Mrs. Skank, please call the roll.
Mr. West.
Yes.
Mr. Horn.
Yes.
Mayor Slamka.
Yes.
Mrs. Carter.
Yes.
Mr. Lawley.
Yes.
The yeses have it, and the motion passes. Council will now move to executive session. Open session?
Motion.
Do we have a second?
Second.
Has been properly moved and seconded to return to open session. We will proceed to vote. Mrs. Skank, please call the roll.
Mr. Horn,
Yes.
Mayor Slanka,
Yes.
Mr. Lawley,
Yes.
Mrs. Carter,
Yes.
Mr. West.
Yes.
The yeses have it. Council will now return to open session. The next item on the agenda this evening is citizen comments. A professional presentation free of foul language is expected. This is not the time for debate, questions and answer, or any back and forth conversation. This is a time for you, our residents, to be able to present in front of council on record, uninterrupted, and have the floor. After the meeting, your comment cards will be given to the city manager, and she will assign a member of staff to reply to you as appropriate. We have received one comment card this evening. I will prompt each speaker for their next step. When they reach the podium, I would like to call Susan Priest to the podium. And you may stand or sit according to your preference. Please do adjust the microphone and speak directly into the microphone at all times. Before we begin, please state your full name and Middletown residence, work address, or interest in the city for the record. You will then have 4 minutes of uninterrupted speech. Please commence.
Hi, I'm Susan Priest, 2226 Central Avenue in Middletown, and I'm here regarding 3 letters that I have received from the city of Middletown recently.
Oh, could we hold on just a moment? I think they're still trying to get the clock to start. You won't have to repeat your
Can't
name.
get extra time?
Yeah, I just want to make sure that they can get that on for you, and you don't have to repeat your name. That's already for the record.
Oh, we're good to go?
Not yet. We're waiting for the clock.
Shot clock.
Or I can just, would it be easier for me to just to time her from here? You're good? You're good? We can't see it, though. She can't see it. I can go ahead and time, and I can just let you know when you have 20 seconds left. Okay, please begin.
So I've received 3 letters from the city of Middletown recently, and one of them is an order to paint the back of my building. We recently had the front and sides of the building painted and would have loved to have had the painter go to the back, especially considering all the positive comments that we've received on the work already done. Instead, we invested in 4 replacement windows to the back of the building and budgeted painting for the spring of 2026. Irrespective of the improvements we made, the city has ordered us to paint the back wall and issued a 30-day deadline. I don't understand the deadline for a cosmetic upgrade. I have seen the city take a significant amount of time to address Middletown-owned eyesores turned squatters' delight. Lincoln School, for example, stood empty so long that squatters put up curtains, and there were at least 2 fires before that building was torn down. I have my own experience with the city's delay addressing an unsightly and dangerous building. In 2021, the roof on the building next to mine collapsed, causing the sides of the building to bulge out, and as the problem got worse, I continued to call the city with updates. It was finally addressed almost a year later when my husband went home for lunch and found our property cordoned off with uninhabitable notices posted on our doors. This was an unnecessarily short-sighted way to notify my family we had to immediately vacate our home for an indeterminate amount of time. Due to the last-minute way things were handled, we incurred $7,000 in expenses that month. While the city did make that right, which is greatly appreciated, it doesn't take away from the fact we had to cover those expenses up front and could probably have reduced costs if the urgency of the situation were removed. Seeing the delay to act on that crumbling building leads me to ask why it's possible for the city to allow a life-threatening danger to linger for almost a year while I'm only allowed 1 month for something that is, at the most, a cosmetic upgrade. Clearly, no one's safety is at risk because my back wall isn't freshly painted. The demand to paint my building comes on top of another letter from the city advising I did not file 2019 city income taxes. While I have somewhat of a paper trail, which helps me know I did file them, proving it to the city 5 years later is going to be a burden. Based on experiences shared with me, it is likely I will not only have to pay the original tax amount, which I believe I did pay, I will also be charged a penalty. Lastly, we received a letter from the city advising we can't park our car in our yard, and we immediately discontinued doing so. At the same time, one of the owners of the business directly across from my property regularly parks on city-owned vacant lot, which is next to my building. This person brags about being protected thanks to his connections with city leadership and local police, and as recently as this past weekend told my husband, I can park wherever I want. I'm not here to make accusations based on one man's hyperbole or ask for special concessions. I simply want it noted that it appears the rules are being enforced differently, and I'd like to see fairness and consistency. When dangerous problems are left to linger and cosmetic ones are assigned urgent deadlines, when enforcement feels selective, and when communication comes as an order, it undermines trust. What would help everyone, not just me, would be reasonable timelines, reasonable timelines, consistent enforcement, and communication that treats property owners as partners. I think through small shifts in its approach, this city can build trust and cooperation with its residents, which I believe is exactly what the city of Middletown needs right now.
You have 20 seconds. And you're done.
Okay.
All right. Well, thank you very much.
Thank you.
This concludes our public participation. The next agenda item is council comments. We will begin to my left with Council Member Lally, followed by Council Member Carter, and then to my right with Council Member West, followed by Council Member Horn, and I will speak last. Mr. Lally?
Thank you, Mayor. The first thing I want to do is say thank you and great job to the fire department. They had the 9/11 memorial in the Woodside Cemetery at the police and fire memorials. Great job, the 5K walk. I think it was very well attended, and thanks to the fire department for putting that on. Great job. The second thing, as things start to come up and get online with our computer systems, I just want to say thank you to the city manager and her staff, specifically the IT department. I know you guys have worked tremendously long hours and have been nonstop and have been getting a lot of heat. But I thank you for your resilience through the whole thing. The perseverance and resilience is great, and I think we're in that regard, we'll come back better. Look, billion-dollar companies get cyber attacked. You know, we didn't get cyber attacked because we were Middletown. We got cyber attacked because there was something vulnerable. They'll figure it out, we'll fix it, and we'll come back better. But thank you to Troy and all of his staff and the staff, all the staff in the city building for having to put up with a lot of adversity over the last several weeks. That's all I have, Mayor.
Thank you, Mr. Lally. Mrs. Carter?
Good evening. I'd like to shout out to all of our recovery people that are fighting this addiction that's going on throughout the United States. I want to hats off to them and to continue to fight. Also, this is infant mortality awareness month also. And infant mortality is the measurement of death of babies before they reach their first birthday. And so we've gone from 10.9 to 7.6, which is really great. So continue the fight. That's all we can do.
Thank you, Mrs. Carter. Mr. West?
Yes, good evening. Not much to say tonight. I was going to thank the fire department for the great 9/11 memorial. Kind of hard to believe it's been that long ago, and for many of us, it seems like it was just yesterday. And I'd like to thank the city manager and her staff, IT staff. I know they're bringing some systems online. I still do not have email, but hopefully I'll be back online this week. So if you're trying to get a hold of me, I apologize via email. And just one more broad statement. I think the events that have happened in this country the last few days, you know, people, we can disagree ideology, you know, whether it be through, you know, religious belief, political belief, but good Lord, can we stop shooting each other? It's absolutely crazy. And I happen to agree with, you know, many of the people coming to the middle when we look at, you know, you can feel passionate about something, but oftentimes, you know, if you can't have a conversation with somebody who believes something completely different than you do, I think you should probably look in the mirror. So I just want to say, I think it's time we pray for this country. and pray for the folks that are out there willing to have discussions and conversations with people that have different backgrounds. Thank you, Mayor.
Thank you, Mr. West. Mr. Horn.
Good evening. I want to talk about volunteerism within our city. We're actually going to we're coming into a very exciting time where we're actually having a group rework our ordinance. And it's not that they're, and I want to be clear because I had explained it to, or we had a conversation with Planning Commission. It's not that they're taking the old ordinance and throwing it out. It's more of bringing it up to date, updating what's necessary. And not only will we have citizen participation, but also our boards will be looking through this and helping out because our boards are all citizens of Middletown. And we need folks to volunteer. And unfortunately, yes, it's for the low salary of free. But two things about that is, one, you're doing your civic duty as we are doing our civic duty. And it helps you get acquainted with having conversations with businesses that are trying to apply, or residents who are trying to get a permitting or zoning, or if they have a historical building, they have a conversation with the historical group. That's number one. You're doing your civic duty. The other part of it is, and I've encouraged a couple of younger folks who are currently on our boards, this will give you training to be on city council. Because when you're on these boards, you're learning on how a city works. You're interacting with City Manager Combs' staff. It teaches you how to do this. So then when you have these, the candidates will have these forms come up, you'll actually be able to speak even more intelligently about what is going on and what your thoughts are, because you're already interacting with the city. So we have a lot of boards, but the three main boards is Planning Commission, Zoning, and Historical. We also have the Tax Board, the Cemetery Board, Library Board. And when we get back to this century, and you can actually go on the website and apply, I'd encourage anyone who wants to do that, because it's just once a month. Now with this new thing that we're going to be doing for the next year, there might be some extra meetings. But again, it's one-time history of being able to participate with this, to be able to say, okay, I understand that ordinance, but what do they do in other cities, or what do we do that others have stopped doing? And it might just show that we have that capability. And it's just, to me, it is important. That's why I always appreciate when people come here and we do the face-to-face instead of the emails and the strongly worded letters and the voicemails. I'd rather see your face and hear your pitch, pace, and power, whether you agree with me or disagree with me. I think that's what this is really supposed to be about, of our interaction with our citizens. That's all I have, Mayor.
Thank you, Mr. Horn. And there are a lot of events coming up in the next 3 weeks, and so I will go ahead and begin with this Friday, September 19th, Middletown Lyric Theater presents Rehearsal for Murder at a historic Sorg Opera House located at 63 South Main Street. The play is set in an empty Broadway theater, giving the audience a fly-on-the-wall experience as the action of the play unfolds all around them in real time. For more information and for tickets, please visit sorgoperahouse.org. Saturday, September 20th, please join us at Miami Park, located at Reinhardt's Boulevard and McKinley Street, for the dedication and ribbon cutting of the memorial bench honoring Bonnie Vance, Vice President J.D. Vance's grandmother. The dedication begins at 11 a.m. Sunday, September 21st, is the final Middletown Open Air Market of the season. Gathering growers, makers, and neighbors join in from 10 a.m. to 4 p.m. behind the Swire Inn and across from Gravel Road Brewing Company at 916 First Avenue downtown. For more information, please visit downtownmiddletown.org. We would like to cordially invite all Middletonians and city stakeholders to the 2025 State of the City Address next Tuesday, September 23rd at 6 p.m. to be held at the Event Center of Middletown, located at 3907 Central Avenue. In addition to the address itself, Middletown City School Board President Dr. Chris Urso will deliver a State of the Schools update. The event will also feature special performances, including pre-event music by Eddie Osborne and a showcase by the Middletown High School Purple Pizzazz Show Choir. There will also be the presentation of the prestigious Armbruster Memorial Award, honoring outstanding contributions to the community. Light refreshments will be provided. For more information, please visit the city's Facebook page. We hope you'll be able to attend to learn more about the city and to visit the beautiful Event Center of Middletown. Saturday, September 27th, the City of Middletown Health Department, in partnership with several local organizations, will be hosting a health and wellness resource fair from 10 a.m. to 2 p.m. at the Event Center of Middletown. The fair will have free services and demonstrations that include medical biometric screenings, child physicals, child vaccinations, adult health education, a Stop the Bleed demonstration, educational health seminars, and booths providing information. All are welcome to this free event. For more information, please visit cityofmiddletown.org. And as Mr. Horn was just speaking about, Thursday, October 2nd, the city is kicking off the Middletown Development Code update with our first public workshop. This exciting workshop will include the purpose of the update, how it connects to the 2022 Destination Middletown Comprehensive Plan, and why your input matters. At the workshop, you'll discuss community development concerns, share your innovative ideas and opportunities for improving the city, and learn about changes in state and federal law that affect local regulations. The workshop begins at 6 p.m. and will be held at the Event Center of Middletown. This is your chance to help shape the future of Middletown's development standards. Please join us. For more information, please visit cityofmiddletown.org. Friday, October 3rd, get ready for a spooktacular evening and join DMI, our Middletown Main Street and Heritage Ohio organization, for First Friday Frights and Delights. The streets will come alive with festive fun for the whole family. Trick-or-treat throughout downtown and shop, eat, and sip locally, exploring unique boutiques, enjoying seasonal treats, and getting a cozy fall drink from local favorites. Grab your costumes, bring your little ghouls and goblins, and get ready for a night full of frightful fun and delightful surprises. For more information, please visit downtownmiddletown.org. Saturday, October 4th, come to the Sorg Opera House for 4 different showtimes of the 1985 cult favorite musical, Little Shop of Horrors. Its blend of offbeat humor, campy horror, and unforgettable music numbers has earned it a loyal following. This is a great opportunity to enjoy this film as it was meant to be seen, with all the music, laughs, and charm filling the theater. For more information, please visit sorgoperahouse.org. Also Saturday, October 4th, join DMI downtown for the Middletown Bourbon and Beer Festival. Beginning at noon and ending at 6 p.m., enjoy a total of 24 stops, all located throughout downtown. 6 bourbon, 6 brewery, 6 hot snacks, and 6 game stops. More information is coming soon at downtownmiddletown.org. Calling all book lovers and bargain hunters. Booktoberfest is returning for another amazing year, and this time they are turning the page on bigger deals, more vendors, and a brand new location at the Event Center of Middletown. Saturday, October 4th and Sunday, October 5th from 10 a.m. to 4 p.m. both days, enjoy tons of books from even more vendors and food trucks to fuel your shopping spree. This free event is hosted by Crooked Dog Comics in downtown. For more information, please visit downtownmiddletown.org. Please save the date for Hocus Pocus Halloween Family Fun Festival, Sunday, October 12th from 2 p.m. to 7 p.m. in downtown Middletown. More information is coming soon at downtownmiddletown.org. And again, as a reminder, the City of Middletown accepts applications for our boards and commissions throughout the year. So if there is something that you have an interest in and you wish to give back to your city in this way, please do submit your application. To learn more, please visit the city's website at cityofmiddletown.org. Lastly, and as always, there are many ways to get involved with your community and give back. Join a board or committee, run for office, apply for a job with the city, volunteer at the hospital, pick up trash in your neighborhood or park, plant a garden in your yard, smile at a neighbor, find joy and satisfaction for a job well done in whatever work you do, or just have a positive and giving attitude. Find something that you can do regularly and give back. We are all connected, and we are all in this together. The care of our city is an adventure in which we all get to share. That's all from me tonight, and this concludes council comments. The next agenda item is city manager reports. City manager Ms. Ashley Combs, you have the floor.
Good evening. So I do want to mention one other important grand opening, which is Chick-fil-A, which is Thursday. I have to mention it because it was probably our most liked social media post when it was announced, so be sure to come out. The first, who I'd like to invite down first would be Angie Smith and Callie Fisher for the Event Center and City Events Update.
Good evening, Mayor, council members. Thank you for this opportunity to come out tonight and update you all on the Event Center and all that we have going on, as well as introduce our new Community Projects Coordinator, Callie. So we have a lot of great things going on that we want to share with you, as well as looking into what's going to happen and transpire for 2026. So about the event center, you all have been there for various events, but one of the neat things about it is to really look at who we serve and why it matters. So for the community residents, we offer a modern, flexible venue for weddings, baby showers, graduation, you name it. We can do it, expos, job fairs. One of the neat things about it is because of the flexibility and the location, we are able to fit the needs of the community residents, whether it's right in the center of Middletown residents, outside of Middletown. It's been kind of neat to really look back at who all is renting and coming to the event center. And it's even, I enjoy looking at data, and so it's neat to even see, how did you hear about us? Why did you decide to come here? And a lot of that is through word of mouth or because they've been there. And so it's really neat to be able to bring them to our city. Also, too, supporting city priorities, economic development, vibrancy, and resident services. Being able, again, to bring people from outside of Middletown to Middletown, whether it's for, forums or trainings. People, if they've not been to central part of Middletown, they don't understand all that we have. I currently live in Lebanon. I had no idea that the location was there and how beautiful it was until I came. And so getting people to explore other places other than where they typically go through that and through those conversations, it's been pretty neat to see. Also, too, the rental venues help sustain senior programming taking place daily within the facilities. It's nice to be able to give back. It's a solid sale. People enjoy giving back. They also enjoy giving back to a program that they believe in. And so that's what we're about, who we are, along with a lot of other things, but in a quick snapshot for that. So just a real brief 2025 snapshot where we are right now. Total events, 81. Though out of those 81 events, estimated attendance is anywhere from 40 to 400, depending on what it happens to be. And the client satisfaction has been right around 98%. I can't pull those direct surveys at the moment because we don't have access to that. But they enjoy it. The feedback is good, and being able to hear from them has been amazing. So I have given kind of just a brief outline. These are the types of events that we have had at the Event Center since I began just a little over a year ago. For private celebrations, weddings, receptions, bridal, baby showers, gender reveal parties, birthday parties, reunions, graduation parties. From the corporate and professional, we've had business forums, trainings, various meetings, luncheons, galas, job fairs, expos, in-services, and staff trainings. And then community and civic, various community events, health and wellness fairs, and then city-sponsored programs and celebrations. So we're able to, again, offer a lot of spaces. We're able to bring very flexible situations to where they come to us. They tell us what they want. They tell us how they want it to look like, and we're able to make that happen. So for 26 and 27, as we're gearing up, future events, reservations that have been secured, we already have 9 for 2026, and from that 9, I have 5 weddings, and then 1 for 2027. And we just got a call yesterday to inquire for a 2029 booking for a square dancing convention. So we're excited to learn more about that. So you just never know. We do, again, have that flexibility in the space, being able to utilize the various rooms, the large ballroom, and it works for them. So more to come for that, for sure. Estimated attendance for these events that have been secure is anywhere between 60 and 300. We also currently have some others that we're working on. I did not add those to the list for various reasons. Through those conversations and those sales, until they, what I call, have a folder, We work with them once we have their folder using our Event Pro software. That's when it becomes one of our events that we're able to do. So we have several that we're working on right now. We get at least, 5 or 6 calls a day inquiring about the Event Center. So we're excited for where this is going and what this looks like. So now let's talk about the senior programming. Just a quick snapshot on that. We have a total of 333 members. We offer 29 programs weekly. That's Monday through Friday. Tuesdays and Thursdays, we do offer late afternoon classes for those who either A, still work and want to participate, or B, just enjoy getting out and socializing with a different group of people. And we also have community instructors. We have 10 of those. So 10 different instructors come to our event center each week offering classes from ballroom dancing to aerobic line dancing to a variety of silver sneakers classes. And we also have pound class. So, I mean, again, it's a neat opportunity to bring a variety of people in to not only see our venue, but also to help keep our seniors healthy and active. So some of the daily impacts and new offerings, what it kind of looks like if you were to walk into our event center, again, Monday through Friday during the day, you're going to see socializing. They would love for you to join them at any given time. Through that socialization, they have carry-ins. They do monthly birthday lunches. They also have, again, wellness and recreational opportunities, a ton of exercise classes, dance classes, chair volleyball. They just have a lot of fun. We are also looking at piloting technology classes for our seniors. More to come for that. We're going to be working with CBI on a grant that they got. So some of the classes will be offered at the event center, some will be offered at their community center, but it's getting them to understand how to use their smartphone, how to watch out for, scammers, online services. Do you know how to use this app? Do you know how to get your medical records? Do you know how to make an appointment? Some of those things that some that are well-versed in the technology world may take for granted, but this gives them the opportunity to learn a little bit more on top of having those high school students be able to help them with further knowledge. We'll continue to collaborate with local partners in the health screening and workshops. Premier Health comes quarterly and sets up in our boardroom for various tests, immunizations, just a variety of things that our seniors are being able to go participate with. Just a few goals for 2026. We're still waiting on some of their thoughts to come in. We want to expand access to additional programs in 2026. What else do they want to see? What else would be something that would bring meaning to their life? We also want to measure outcomes, whether it's through attendance, satisfaction, referrals to service. Just being able to, currently we track their attendance on paper. They come in, they check in, who's here, what class they're in, how many times they're here, and all of that. We're looking to be able to add that maybe into technology so it's a lot easier for us to pull that data versus pulling papers and having to go back and count. We do have, Antoinette does put all of the data into a spreadsheet on the computer, but it is a lot of work. So we would love to be able to grow a little bit more in technology for our seniors that way too. Also too, with marketing, we would like to get back onto the newsletters to send to our seniors who are enrolled, really ramp up the Facebook presence that we have, as well as in-venue digital signage. So when we have people who come in for the first time, they're able to see a clear snapshot of what programs are going on, where they're located, and various things like that. So we have a lot of different ways that we want to continue to bring that in, as well as be able to use that technology for different events. So I also want to share with you some completed projects. This is not all, this is kind of a high level. If you've been there lately, you've noticed some of those completed projects, as well as hopefully you've seen some of those renovations. The inventory refresh from tables, chairs, linens. We also now have blinds. So if you go into the ballroom, we have very nice blinds that cover the large window, as you remember from the strategic planning that was the sun was in your face. That's now all covered, beautiful blinds. We also have blinds in our gym and in our bridal suite. So when someone rents the atrium, we're able to close those blinds. And so it's just a nice, clean venue area versus seeing a gym or, another room. It's also a way for our brides to have that privacy while they're getting ready for their wedding. We've had a lot of painting done. We've been able to add a lot of different rental opportunities for people to rent, but we've also been able to kind of take an overall inventory of the different things that we accumulated once we took over the event center, and to kind of be able to build upon that. AV reliability improvements and quick start. So we've been able to take the AV that we currently had, fix it to where it needs to be, so there's not, oh no, this doesn't work, or this wire doesn't work, or this projector doesn't work. We've also been able to add an 86-inch rolling TV. So some of our businesses that come in for trainings, workshops, luncheons, we're able to easily roll that in versus having to put up a screen and projector and all of that. That's been a huge success. We have been able to create the bar and serving checklist to streamline events. So when our clients reserve the event center, depending on what they want, we're able to give them a clear list of expectations as well as a roadmap to, if you want to, have a bartender, here's a list of preferred vendors that you can use. This is what the checklist looks like, so that from the beginning, during, and the end, that steps for that client are very well spread. Our event software to streamline event details and contracts. I love EventPro. We don't currently have it at the moment, and I've realized now how much I miss it. Hopefully it'll be back up, but it creates a packet full of information for our clients as well as for us. The data that we're able to pull, the reports that we're able to pull, it's just amazing. Staff onboarding for event hosts. We have been able to hire 3 part-time event hosts who are doing an amazing job. We've also had the ability to have some of our city staff will come in and work to kind of help out to fill those gaps and be able to allow us to have additional events for the weekend. Vendor management process, preferred caterers, and COI tracking. Our preferred caterer list is something we're able to provide, again, to our clients. Those are those small businesses that we work with, that we've had success with, and our list continues to grow, which is always really nice. Customer journey updates. Again, this goes back to the software that we have from our invoices, deposits, and final walkthrough forms. And while it's an improvement to us as the event center, because before we were using paper forms, we've kind of gone back a little bit and realized just how far we've come. But we're able to, again, streamline it, keep that data, pull those reports, and it's just a whole lot easier to communicate. Our website content and branding consistency improvements. We do have a website. We're constantly updating it, and it's nice to be able to share that information with the community. So some of the partners and collaborations with people that we work with, we've worked with, again, a lot of vendors, local businesses, when people are looking for caterers, DJs, florists, photographers, all those things. It's nice to be able to give them a small business name, those who are local as well as who may be just right outside of Middletown. We work with a lot of community organizations, nonprofits, chambers, health and wellness partners. Again, being able to work with them and offer them a space as well as to partner with them to help our seniors, really to just help each other grow. City Department, Public Works, Health, Fire, Police, IT, Finance, and HR, we couldn't be where we are. We wouldn't have the success that we have without their help, so it's nice to be able to collaborate with them. Our preferred caterer program right now is still a pilot. With that, there's an annual fee plus some marketing benefits, and from that, they pay that annual fee We market them heavier than we do just our preferred list. They would be on our website and other things such as that. So we're still kind of in the pilot stage as to A, what does that look like for us? B, what does it look like for the business? As well as C, what does it look like for our clients? Co-hosted forums and trainings. We have been able to co-host several business forums, several trainings. And again, we also have coming up soon our health fair that will take place at the event center. So the collaboration, the co-hosting, it means the world to us because again, it's bringing in the community to see the event center as well as offering a place for the community to be able to come. And then new, we do have a couple of new things. What I mentioned in a slide earlier, the collaboration with CBI on the tech and cybersecurity seminars that we're offering our seniors, that will be starting up here very soon, as well as being able to offer our kitchen for an after-school cooking class for the students at Middletown High School and Marshall High School through CBI's leadership program. So again, more details. We didn't have all the fine details to share tonight, but we're excited again to be able to partner with the schools, especially with the students in the cooking classes, giving them that opportunity to come in, learn to cook, have a meaningful after-school program, as well as hopefully we can partner with them on some events to test out their food. So we're excited about that. Marketing and outreach, again, through our consistency with our brands and marketing, paid ads on our calendar, as well as on social media, preferred vendor cross promotion. So it's always nice when our vendors that we're using will share A, that they're at our location, B, give a positive feedback about our event center. Email newsletters, Facebook from not only our event center Facebook page, but as well as the city's Facebook page. Our updated rental packets, pricing, and deposit links, we are able now to offer a link to where people can pay online. And that's a huge win for us because a lot of times it's a lot easier to click on a link and pay with a credit card than it is to find time to come in. So that's been a huge plus. Photo and video captures for testimonies and event marketing. And probably the best is word of mouth. It's nice when we ask people, how'd you hear about us? Word of mouth. So all these marketing and driving tools that help grow our business, again, ultimately what's coming back is probably the number one is, again, word of mouth. So operating and staffing, keeping services high and costs smart. Event host scheduling model and on-call coverage, kind of like what I mentioned, we have been fortunate enough to hire 3 part-time staff, keeping their hours low, as well as we also have some of our city staff who have volunteer, they get comp time, but come in and help us. That way, we're not working 7 days a week, 60, 70 hours a day. Standard operating checklists, like I mentioned before. IT and cyber resilience. So since the cyber attack, it kind of took a hit on us because when we have clients that are in the middle of working with us or emailing us inquiring about renting the venue and we don't get those emails, we had to think fairly quickly. So we were able to come up with a temporary Gmail account, get that updated on our website, make my work cell phone number the prom number to call. And so it's taken us a little while, but people are realizing it now. Our lag is what we missed in between or those that we were working with prior to that we're still working on. Training the VIP and Event Pro software as systems returns. We will be getting Callie trained in that as well as our event host so that they're able to enter information, pull reports, fully understand our clients' needs. Inventory management for the linens, place settings, and flatware. As our events are growing, our clients are realizing that we do have that to offer and making sure that we can fit those needs and we know exactly how much that we have. And again, safety protocols from the fire department and the police department for larger gatherings. It's nice to be able to have a pretty solid safety plan in place and be sure that our clients understand A, where it is, and B, that they understand how to use it. And then a budget snapshot. On a very high level, I can't give you exact numbers at this moment because of EventPro, but I can provide those for you later if you need it. Our top revenue drivers, again, our number one is going to be our weddings, galas, corporate forums, and community events. And then some of our cost controls are staffing efficiency, vendor contracts, and inventory rotation. That way, with our inventory rotation, we've learned really quickly. If you continue to use the same things over and over, they definitely wear out, so we're able to use it, rotate through to some new ones, as well as we're able to then take full inventory on what we have. 2026 forecast assumptions, event rental utilization, 10 to 20% increase, and then community event sponsorship growth with a 10% increase is what we are looking at for forecasting at the moment. So some risks and mitigations over the last few months. Obviously, the IT and cyber disruptions. Like I mentioned before, what are we doing with that? We were able to quickly come up with a Gmail account that we're still able to reach our clients. We have created a makeshift event software to make sure we aren't forgetting those details based on some of the paper files that we had. We are quickly getting into finding out who are those people who have reached out to us for event rental so that we're not missing or losing any of those contacts. Staffing gaps, again, filling in those openings and where we needed additional staff and making sure that the cross training is complete. Again, our vendor reliability is huge. Word of mouth as well as reputation is a pretty big deal to us. And so making sure our vendors, A, are reliable, B, understand, expectations is huge. Capital refresh needs, phased out replacements as things begin to wear out from past ownership and past use, being able to phase in additional new things, as well as grant opportunities for senior programming, which is something that we are excited to be able to look at. Also, too, the weather impacting outdoor events, as you hear in just a minute from Callie, being able to look at that. If it's an outdoor event and it rains, what are we doing to be able to still offer that opportunity? And obviously, that would be to host it at the event center so that we can continue with those events. Now I get to introduce the Callie Fisher. If you have not already met her, she has been a huge blessing to the event center and to the city from the events. She literally hit the ground running. She has already completed her first successful event this past Saturday with the Memorial 5K, and she also has our 2026 event calendar finalized. So we're super excited for you to meet her. One of the neat things about the calendar is it's a clean slated event calendar that has been designed to not only meet the needs of our city, but all ages, making sure that we're bringing people in from all over Middletown as well as throughout the region, being able to bring people here to see what we have to offer. So with that said, I'm going to turn it over to Callie.
Good evening. I'd like to go on ahead and provide an update on community events. So the first one, I'd like to extend a huge thank you to everybody who came out to the September 11th Memorial and made it such a success. We had a great turnout with 84 people registered, with individuals coming from as far away as Cincinnati, New Lebanon, Wilmington, and Liberty, Indiana. We were able to raise $1,679.26 for the Tunnel to Towers Foundation, which is a foundation that helps our catastrophically injured and fallen first responders, veterans, and their families. Next, Please mark your calendars for this upcoming event in partnership with Middletown Cruise, the Spooky Car Show, and Trunk or Treat at the Town Mall on October 25th. And then finally, I'm excited to announce our 2026 community events, and we will provide more information as details are secured. That's all I've got.
All right, thank you very much, ladies. Ms. Smith, Ms. Fisher, do we have any comments or questions from council at this point?
Great job.
Yeah, just
Thank you
appreciate
very
you guys.
much.
Thank you.
We've come a long way from July of 2022.
Yeah, excellent. And I did want to say that the event this past Saturday was wonderful. The memorial and 5K, I was able to make it, and it was beautiful, educational, and so much fun, really. So thank you so much. Well done.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Next up, I'd like to have Chief Nelson for the school resource officer update.
I'm not going to trip over the rug like Chief Wright did. I'm going to pick my feet up. Now, good evening. Just want to give you, council and the mayor, a little brief overview of our school resource officer program. So the selection portion of the school resource officer, as you know, those individuals or those seats don't come open all at the same time. They come open individually. So when there is an opening for an SRO, we will put out a notice to a department to see who is interested in it. Once we get a response back, we will host interviews for those officers that are interested in that position. And those sit on that panel will be the current SROs, along with sometimes the school official will sit in on it just to kind of gauge if that person is suitable for the SRO position. Once those interviews are conducted, a selection is made. Myself and my staff will usually be the ones that will select the persons select the person or persons for that position. So it is just like any other specialty position that comes open in the police department. There are interviews for that position if people are interested in it. As you know, the SRO is not for everyone. To be honest with you, it's not one of our highly coveted positions within the police department, but it takes a special kind of person to be a school resource officer. So right now, here's the school enrollment for Middletown School District. As you see, there's 1,000 high school students. Middletown, the junior high has 1,388, and elementary has 2,793. That's for 2025. Right now, we have 2 SROs at the high school, and that is only due to the maturity level of those students to go there. They're a little bit bigger than your elementary school teachers, so it doesn't require 2 officers to be present. The junior high, which sits directly next to the high school, those officers or the officer assigned to that, which is Officer Deaton, can come over and assist if need be. In our elementary schools, Officer Maxwell, or split between Officer Maxwell and Officer Fugate, who also do our safety town. You see again, Officer Kaido and Officer Payne. Officer Payne was at the Highview School. She was reassigned to the high school to help out Officer Kaido. Officer Deaton is in our junior high or the middle school, and Officer Maxwell and Officer Fugate are in the elementary schools, which we get nothing but great reviews from both of those. When they found out that Officer Maxwell was coming back to Rosa Parks and he walked into the orientation, he got a standing ovation. So he does a really good job, and Officer Fugate can't say enough about the amount of compliments we get from him. So this is kind of a little brief overview of their daily log, or the daily or weekly log that they submit to us. Now, I could have gotten you specific numbers, but those are in our computers that we don't have access to right now. But this is just a kind of brief overview from Officer Kaido and Officer Sorrell, who was at their high school. They are required to work those extra details such as the basketball and football games, the dances, just the different events that the schools have. This is Officer Maxwell's activity log. They say he checks doors, windows, all those things that keeps a street officer from having to come in and do. Prior to us getting extra SROs assigned to the school, we only had 3 at the time. Those beat officers that had a school on their beat were required to go in and be visible at those schools. With the additional SROs, we no longer have to require those street officers to do that. Yeah, here's some of the additional duties that they have to do. In the summertime, Officer Kite and Officer Deaton put on a junior police academy for those students that are interested in law enforcement. That is done in the summertime when they're out of school, but that's a week-long junior police academy that they put on. I said Officer Maxwell and Officer Fugit, they're some of us responsible for operating Safety Town, which was a huge success this year. They kind of revamped it and got a lot of students interested in going to it and did a really good job with it. Nothing but compliments from the program they put on this year. Those officers who don't have events in the summertime are reassigned back to the streets, so they fill in, summer months when we're heavy with vacations, the other officers take off. The sports events that the Middletown schools put on, they're also responsible for working those so that it doesn't pull away from our staffing on the street. And those are the dances, sports events, the high schools. Now, there are additional spots that come open, but the SROs are responsible for those events.
All right, thank you very much, Chief. Any questions or comments from the council members?
On the sporting events, for example, the high school football game, how many officers are on duty at the high school football game? And are those the school resource officers, or are there any additional officers assigned?
Yes, there are additionals along with the school resource officers.
And are those paid for by the schools or
Those are.
additional by the schools? Or
They're all paid for by the schools. The SROs are required to work as part of their overtime, and then those are what we consider extra duty details that an officer signs up for to help with those events.
Any other questions or comments?
Yes. The traffic over at Rosa Parks, and I'm wondering, can you give them a ticket because I pick up my niece and it's total chaos over there, and the people are blocking you in, so you can't move. You have to wait. Instead of them parking in the spots, in the lots, they line up around the building, and the kids run to the cars, and the cars are coming by. It is total chaos.
As we were listening to the other presentation, I was texting Officer Maxwell because someone asked about the speed boxes, but he just told me he just put those speed boxes up in front of Rosa Parks on the streets or the Minnesota side. As far as the traffic congestion there, it's a little hard to kind of filter that out. I know it's kind of a weird angle that the cars have to go in and out of, so it's a little difficult, but I'm sure he'll work on that and getting that settled in.
You sure what?
I'm sure he'll get that worked out. But Officer Maxwell, I'm sure he's been.
Engineering design's not really conducive for
Yes, but the
arrival and
parents are
departures.
coming there in the cars, and they're sitting there blocking you in so you can't move. One of the things that Maxwell will do is he let traffic go one way. You can't turn a certain way, you can only go one way. But they won't use the parking lot. They rather sat in front of the school, and the children are running out. Just one day, go over there and sit and watch that chaos at 350.
Any other comments or questions? I just wanted to say also that you'd mentioned that it's not necessarily a highly coveted position, but every single officer I've ever spoken to who's an SRO absolutely loves it. They're completely dedicated, and it's just a joy to be around them. They're so excited about everything they do. So well done. Thank you.
Yeah, those officers we chose for those positions are really good for that position. They love it, and they're good at it. I can't say enough about them. Mm-hmm. It really does. It keeps us from having to go out there. Again, it can be frustrating for the road officers who don't enjoy that part of police work, but they love it, and like I said, they're good at it. Nothing but compliments from all the SROs that are assigned to the schools.
Who's responsible for crossing guards? Is that the schools?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay.
All right. Any other questions or comments from council? All right. Seeing none, thank you very much, Chief.
Thank you.
Is that all for you, Ms. Combs?
That's all for me. Thank you.
All right. Thank you. At this time, I'd like to take a 10-minute break. We'll return at 7:17. Thank you. Next on the agenda this evening is the consent agenda. And while the consent agenda is generally for consensus items, do any council members wish to remove anything from the consent agenda this evening and move it to the motion agenda?
No.
Seeing none, then we will continue. Mrs. Skank, please present the consent agenda.
For your consideration this evening, we have to confirm the conditional appointment of David Lemberg to the position of patrol officer in the Public Safety Department, Division of Police, and to confirm the appointment of Owen Taylor to position of firefighter paramedic from firefighter EMT in the Public Safety Department, Division of Fire.
Thank you. Is there a motion to approve the consent agenda?
Motion?
Is there a second? It has been properly moved and seconded to accept the consent agenda. We will proceed to vote. Mrs. Skank, please call the roll.
Mayor Slanka?
Yes.
Mr. Lawley?
Yes.
Mrs. Carter?
Yes.
Mr. West?
Yes.
Mr. Horn?
Yes.
The yeses have it, and the consent agenda is approved. Our next item is the motion agenda. We have 3 items on the motion agenda this evening. Mrs. Skank, please present item A on the motion agenda.
A motion to appoint Ashley Combs to replace Nathan Cahall as a board member on the Board of Trustees of the Renaissance Arena District New Community Authority for the remainder of his term ending October 2nd, 2025, and to reappoint for a 2-year term beginning on October 3rd, 2025, and ending on October 2nd, 2027.
Thank you, Mrs. Skank. Ms. Combs, do you have anything to add?
I do not, thank you.
Thank you. Is there a motion to approve item A to appoint Ashley Combs to replace Nathan Cahall as a board member on the Board of Trustees of the Renaissance Arena District New Community Authority?
Motion.
Is there a second?
Second.
Having been properly moved and seconded, is there any discussion?
One question,
Mr. Lawley?
Jacob. I've been asked by several of those members, is there a planned meeting soon with that group? Do you know?
Jacob Schulte is coming to the podium.
Yes, after the vote to elect the appointment of these members of the trustees, we'll be following back up with that legal counsel and kind of getting back that NCA meeting in place to have further conversations as it relates to the arena district and the proposed development.
Thank
so
you.
It's just
I'll let
this is kind of step 1 to getting everyone on place, getting the board together, and then having that subsequent meeting.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you. Are there any further questions from council? Hearing none, we will proceed to vote. Mrs. Skank, please call the roll.
Mr. West?
Yes.
Mr. Horn?
Yes.
Mayor Slanka?
Yes.
Mrs. Carter?
Yes.
Mr. Lawley?
Yes.
Yeses have it, and the motion passes. Mrs. Skank, please present item B on the motion agenda.
Motion for Evan DeBrosi to be reappointed as a citizen member on the Board of Trustees of the Renaissance Arena District New Community Authority for a 2-year term beginning on October 3rd, 2025, and ending on October 2nd, 2027.
Thank you. Ms. Combs, do you have anything to add?
Nothing to add,
Thank you. Is there a motion to approve item B for Evan DeBrosi to be reappointed as a citizen member on the Board of Trustees of the Renaissance Arena District New Community Authority?
Motion.
Thank you. Is there a second?
Second.
Having been properly moved and seconded, is there any discussion? Seeing none, we will proceed to vote. Mrs. Skank, please call the roll.
Mr. Horn?
Yes.
Mayor Slanka?
Yes.
Mr. Lawley?
Yes.
Mrs. Carter?
Yes.
Mr. West?
Yes.
The yeses have it, and the motion passes. Mrs. Skank, please present item C on the motion agenda.
Motion to confirm the city manager's reappointment of Matt Schnipke to the Board of Trustees of the Renaissance Arena District New Community Authority for a 2-year term beginning on October 3rd, 2025, and ending on October 2nd, 2027.
Thank you, Mrs. Skank. Ms. Combs, do you have anything to add?
Nothing to add.
Thank you very much. Is there a motion to approve item C to confirm the city manager's reappointment of Matt Schnipke on the Board of Trustees of the Renaissance Arena District New Community Authority?
Motion.
Thank you. Is there a second?
Second.
Having been properly moved and seconded, is there any discussion? Seeing none, we will proceed to vote. Mrs. Skank, please call the roll.
Mayor Slanka?
Yes.
Mr. Lawley?
Yes.
Mrs. Carter?
Yes.
Mr. West?
Yes.
Mr. Horn?
Yes.
Yeses have it, and the motion passes. This concludes the motion agenda. The next item on the agenda is legislation. We have, I believe, 8 items of legislation this evening. Mr. Law Director, Mr. Alex Ewing, the legislation, please.
Item number 1, ordinance number O-2025-51, an ordinance amending section 1226.01C2 Historic Commission membership of the Middletown Development Code, which is included in the Middletown Codified Ordinances. Second reading.
Thank you. Ms. Combs, do you have anything to add?
I do not, thank you.
Thank you, Ms. Combs. Is there a motion to approve the ordinance?
Motion.
Is there a second?
Second.
It has been properly moved and seconded. Is there any discussion? Hearing none, we will proceed to vote. Mrs. Skank, please call the roll.
Mr. Lawley,
Yes.
Mrs. Carter,
Yes.
Mr. West,
Yes.
Mr. Horn,
Yes.
Mayor Slanka.
Yes. The yeses have it, and the motion passes. Mr. Ewing, the next legislation item, please.
Item number 2, ordinance number O-2025-52. An ordinance establishing a procedure for and authorizing a contract with Train US Incorporated for the replacement of the HVAC system at the Event Center of Middletown. Second reading.
Thank you, Mr. Ewing. Ms. Combs, do you have anything to add?
The only thing I have to add is I have Angie Smith here. I know council had desired to talk to her maybe about the replacement. Had some questions.
Thank you. Does council have any questions for Ms. Angie Smith
No.
this time? No. All right, thank you very much. Is there a motion to approve the ordinance?
Motion.
Is there a second?
Second.
It has been properly moved and seconded. Is there any discussion? All right, hearing none, we will proceed to vote. Mrs. Skank, please call the roll.
Mrs. Carter,
Yes.
Mr. West,
Yes.
Mr. Horn,
Yes.
Mayor Slanka,
Yes.
Mr. Lawley,
Yes.
The yeses have it, and the legislation passes. Mr. Ewing, the next item, please.
Item number 3, ordinance number O-2025-53. An ordinance creating a tax increment financing district within the city of Middletown, declaring the improvements to the parcels within the TIF district to be a public purpose, declaring such improvements to be exempt from real property taxation, requiring owners thereof to make service payments in lieu of taxes, designating the public infrastructure improvements to be made that will directly benefit or serve the parcels in the TIF district, and establishing a public improvement tax increment equivalent fund for the deposit of service payments, and declaring an emergency.
Thank you. Ms. Combs, do you have anything to add?
I do not, thank you.
All right, thank you. Is there a motion to approve the ordinance?
Motion.
Is there a second?
Second.
It has been properly moved and seconded. Is there any discussion? Seeing none, we will proceed to vote. Mrs. Skank, please call the roll.
Mr. West,
Yes.
Mr. Horn,
Yes.
Mayor Slanka,
Yes.
Mrs. Carter,
Yes.
Mr. Lawley,
Yes.
The yeses have it, and the legislation passes. Mr. Ewing, the next item, please.
Item number 4 is resolution number R-2025-30. A resolution authorizing the city manager to submit an application to the Ohio Public Works Commission for Project Year 40, requesting funding for the resurfacing and reconstruction of various streets throughout the city and restoration of curbs, gutters, driveway aprons, and sidewalks deemed defective by the city, also including handicap ramp upgrades, catch basin and drainage repairs as necessary, to enter into agreements for such funding, and declaring an emergency.
Thank you, Mr. Ewing. Ms. Combs, do you have anything to add?
I do not, thank you.
Thank you. Is there a motion to approve the resolution?
Motion.
Is there a second?
Second.
It has been properly moved and seconded. Is there any discussion? The only thing I'm curious about is if, where residents, once the website, well, actually the website's good, but once we have access, where it might be located for them to find it.
Scott Tadish is going to come forward and answer your question.
Well, thank you very much. Public Works Director, Mr. Scott Tadich.
We have I think a link for paving projects on the main page, but we'll, once we finalize it, due to some of our technology challenges, we don't have that final list today, but we got to have it here within the next couple weeks, so we'll put that out there either through the webpage or Facebook, the social media platform.
Perfect, thank you so much. I know people are very interested in that.
Yes. I will note, we are going to get a OKI urban paving, urban paving grant for South University Boulevard from the overpass to Lafayette Avenue coming up. That'll be announced next month.
All right, fantastic. Well done.
Yeah, thank you.
Thank you. Any other questions or comments? All right, hearing none, we will continue and proceed to vote. Mrs. Skank, please call the roll.
Mr. Horn,
Yes.
Mayor Slanka,
Yes.
Mr. Lawley,
Yes.
Mrs. Carter,
Yes.
Mr. West,
Yes.
Yeses have it, and the legislation passes. Mr. Ewing, the next item, please.
Item number 5, ordinance number 2025-54, an ordinance establishing a procedure for and authorizing a contract with Secure Cyber to purchase network hardware and related consultation services and declaring an emergency.
Thank you, Mr. Ewing. Ms. Combs, the staff report, please.
This authorizes the purchase of network equipment and consulting services from Secure Cyber. During the migration to the new virtual environment, we found incompatibilities with the existing core network components, which halted progress. The new Dell switches were incompatible with current devices, necessitating immediate replacement. Due to the urgency, we decided to proceed with Secure Cyber as there are no alternative options available within the project timeline. The total cost for consultation services and hardware is $151,010, and this is presented as a first reading emergency.
Thank you, Ms. Combs. Is there a motion to approve the ordinance?
Motion.
Is there a second?
Second.
It has been properly moved and seconded. Is there any discussion? Hearing none, we will proceed to vote. Mrs. Skank, please call the roll.
Mayor Slanka?
Yes.
Mr. Lawley?
Yes.
Mrs. Carter?
Yes.
Mr. West?
Yes.
Mr. Horn?
Yes.
The yeses have it, and the legislation passes. Mr. Ewing, the next item, please.
Item number 6, ordinance number O-2025-55, an ordinance establishing a procedure for and authorizing a contract with Insight Public Sector Incorporated for the purchase of 200 Dell desktop computers and declaring an emergency.
Thank you. Ms. Combs, the staff report, please.
This is the request for authorization to purchase 200 Dell computers for staff desktop replacements. Many current units cannot be upgraded to Windows 11, and Windows 10 is nearing its end of life. While this project was planned for 2026, recent developments require immediate action. No alternatives are available within the necessary time frame. The total cost for the hardware and consulting services is $144,600 from Insight Public Sector, Inc. A supplemental appropriation is needed, and this is a first reading emergency.
Thank you, Ms. Combs. Is there a motion to approve the ordinance?
Motion.
Is there a second?
Second.
It has been properly moved and seconded. Is there any discussion? Seeing none, we will proceed to vote. Mrs. Skank, please call the roll.
Mr. West?
Yes.
Mr. Horn?
Yes.
Mayor Slanka?
Yes.
Mrs. Carter?
Yes.
Mr. Lawley?
Yes.
The yeses have it, and the legislation passes. Mr. Ewing, the next item, please.
Item number 7, ordinance number O-2025-56, an ordinance authorizing a collective bargaining agreement with AFSCME Local Number 856 for the term July 1, 2025 through June 30th, 2028. First reading.
Thank you. Ms. Combs, the staff report, please.
Mr. Ewing will be presenting this one.
Yes, so this is this is the ordinance to approve the collective bargaining agreement for the successor agreement with the AFSCME bargaining unit. I'm happy to say that we reached a tentative agreement with the union. The union has ratified the agreement. They ratified that on September 4th. I want to acknowledge the professionalism of the AFSCME bargaining unit. I think we have a good relationship that I think the city administration has built with with the union. The agreement. I'm happy to answer any questions, but it's consistent with our recent round of negotiations. We think it's a good deal for the city.
Thank you, Mr. Ewing. As this is a first reading, there is no action to be taken at this time. However, is there any discussion from council? Okay. Hearing none, we will proceed. Mr. Ewing, the last item, please.
Item number 8, ordinance number O-2025-57, an ordinance approving a change of the zoning classification for 3 parcels located at 3409-3413 Van Est Avenue from R3 Medium Density Residential District to B1 Neighborhood Business District. First reading.
Thank you. Ms. Combs, the staff report, please.
I have nothing further to add from the public hearing.
Thank you, Ms. Combs. As this is a first reading, there is no action to be taken at this time. However, is there any discussion from council? Seeing none, this concludes the legislation for the evening. The next item on the agenda is unfinished business. Do any council members have anything they would like to bring up under unfinished business?
I do.
Mr. Horn?
2 things. So we've had 2 separate citizens come in, business owners, discussing them receiving notices of violations to the maintenance ordinances. So, and I've dealt with this in the past myself. I think they're confused, or maybe more communication needs to happen from that department. when you receive the notice, the 30-day notice is not to get, you don't have to get it completed in 30 days. There is no contractor that can do that in 30 days. I think they're just looking for a response. So that's number one, is I think we need to be a little bit more with the communication portion of this, because as you can tell, they're stressed, because that's something that is a cost that the city might or might not be able to help them out with. The other part of it is when they do call in, when the phones are working, or how they communicate with the group, I do believe that the code enforcement agent for that area, if they request them to come back out and do a walkthrough, they need to do that. Not, okay, you received the notice and just deal with it. And I'm just putting that out there, that needs to be more, makes the city more friendly. And they're being paid to go out there, so if they want to do a walkthrough so they can see exactly what the violation is and how they can repair and be in compliance, I think that needs to be said to that group. They're doing their job. They have a code book. They're just adhering and trying to make the city better. But they also, if they're requested to come out to do a walkthrough, they need to do the walkthrough, not just talk over the phone. So that's number one. Number two, legal. Any response from the engineers on their E&O insurance on that change order on the backwash pump?
Yes, yeah, Mr. Horn, would it be, that might be a better conversation outside of the council, just because of attorney-client privilege issues?
Okay. I just wanted to make sure that we're still on that, because that was
Yes.
$167,000. It was a valid change order, but if the engineer firm has E&O insurance, there might be a possibility that could help us out.
Yes.
Of us printing money down in the basement here. That's my unfinished business.
Thank you, Mr. Horn. Do any other council members have any other unfinished business at this time?
I have a question regarding ceramics. And so I was hoping that Jacob could help me understand what's happening over there. It's a jungle.
Yes, specific to the EI Ceramics project, I believe 705 Curtis Street, the former AK Research
Yes.
Center. Their contractors, they were working with Patriot Engineering on the remediation and demolition. So over the winter and spring, going into the summer, they were working to kind of gut the building, work through their remediation efforts, and they are currently awaiting the Ohio EPA's covenant not to sue, the no further action letters. Once they get that clearance, their next game plan is to start the remodeling construction in that capacity, to begin remodeling the building and to get that into their move-in ready condition.
So what about the grass? They don't have to cut the grass until they start remodeling the building?
That's something that I can, we can direct staff to take a look at and follow back up with EI Ceramics. They are the property owners at this point, so that's certainly something that we'd be happy to follow up with them on.
Okay.
All right, any other questions for Mr. Schulte while he's here? Nope. All right, thank you, Mr. Schulte. Any other unfinished business at this time? Okay, hearing none, that concludes unfinished business. The next item on the agenda is new business. Do any council members have any new business this evening? All right, hearing none, that concludes new business. This then concludes our regular city council meeting for Middletown, Ohio, Tuesday, September 16th, 2025. At 7:35 p.m., this meeting is adjourned until Tuesday, October 7th, 2025 at 5:30 p.m. in these chambers for our next regular city council meeting. Thank you and good night.